and Luke's sledgehammer. How did we film that scene? For those of you who've never watched an episode of Gilmore Girls, the scene. Luke walks into the apartment, rushes by Jess, goes into the closet, grabs his sledgehammer, and then walks to the other side of the room and whacks the wall. First, were we filming above Luke's diner? Actually, we were shooting across the street in the firehouse. No, that sounds weird. We were filming behind Stars Hollow High. Okay, we were actually filming behind Stars Hollow Video. I mean, you can also say we were filming behind Weston's. The structure across from Luke's diner served as many different facades. Not just facades, we were filming inside some of those locations as practical sets, like Weston's and Stars Hollow Video, as well as some other things that you might not have realized were filmed in that location. That building also served as the lockup for set deck and props. And when Luke's apartment wasn't being used, they could use other areas inside there to film other things, as well as fold up some of the walls to shoot something else in that spot. Let me know if you want a real deep dive on Luke's apartment, but right now we're just going to talk about the hole and how we did that. Sets are not built of lath and plaster. The walls of a set will usually be constructed with plywood framed with 1x4. They will usually be screwed to the floor with a metal brace that helps support the wall, and whenever they need to remove that wall, all they have to do is release the screws to pull the wall. If Luke had taken a sledgehammer to any other part of that set, it would not have gone over the same way. The area that he was sledgehammering was very specifically prepped for this moment. Construction built sections of the wall with lath and plaster and painted to match exactly, then installed in that section of the wall. There was a backing to it so you couldn't see behind it. And pieces of masking tape painted exactly the same color as Luke's apartment were placed over the seams to join them together so you couldn't see any light leakage and it looked like it was a painted wall. But how many takes were they able to do? First, construction had prepared at least 3 walls, one that was already set in place, ready to go, the second standing by just in case, and a third, oh my God, I hope we don't get to this one. Now, Gilmore Girls was known for having many takes, but when we had a situation where we were going to destroy something, whether it was a piece of clothing or set piece, they usually only had a few takes that they could do. A typical scene on Gilmore Girls, they'll rehearse the scene with the director and the actors, and when they've honed it down to exactly what they want to do, they will then invite the crew in to watch. They will do marks. Those are those T's that are on the ground. The actors will then step away while the stand-ins come in and step into the actor's place. The lighting will happen, camera will figure out the camera moves, and when everything is done, they will invite the actors back and start to film. Except in the case of a scene like this, they will rehearse it until they know that everybody knows exactly what they're doing because they know they only have one take to do it. The AD is called rolling, the director called action. Luke opens the door, heads to the closet, grabs the sledgehammer, and starts to walk over to the wall. All eyes were on the monitor, and if anything went wrong during those moments, anyone on set could have alerted the ADs to call cut. That scene was a oneer done in one take, and just as soon as the dialogue ended, they cued the guy with the debris to shove it down the hole.